Coin on.
Hello YouTube, this is Robert with CoinOp. Decided to make a video today on the year in review 1966. Now I'm doing that because of the Super Bowl that is happening today. It all started the NFL as far as the professional for the the NFL and the AFL. They took and they actually started in 1966. Now, the Super Bowl wasn't played until January of 1967. However, I thought it would be fitting to do the year 1966, just for the heck of it. I'll give you a bunch of other history on it. Before we get going, I wanted to go over, um, let's see here, on July the 16th, 17th, and 18th, the Greater Cincinnati is going to have the 37th annual Greater Cincinnati Newsmith Expo. There's going to be 125 tables, as you can see right there. And just to give you an idea, it'll be held for the public on Friday, July 17th and Saturday, the 18th, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Dealers set up and the early birds. If you get an early bird badge, it'll cost you $40, but you can get in from 7 to 3 on Thursday, the 16th, and also you can get in at 9 on the 17th and 18th, which is an hour before everyone else. Now, right there is the address where it's going to be at the Sharonville Convention Center, and there's some directions so you can look at that as well. Now, if you are a dealer and you'd like to get a hold of the chairman, there's his information right there. Feel free if you'd like to take and buy a table. I'm not certain the prices of those, so you'd have to talk to him about that. So what we're going to do is I found a few nice varieties for the year 1966, one of them being quite scarce. And in fact, there's only been 4 known to exist. So let's get into that and I'll give you a little bit of other information as well. In 1966, gold was $35.13 an ounce. Milk would cost you 95 cents a gallon. A dozen eggs would cost you 53 cents, and a loaf of bread would cost you 22 cents. A gallon of gas would cost you 32 cents, and an automobile would cost you about $2,350. And to go with that new car, the United States Department of Transportation was created October 15th of 1966. This was done by Lyndon B. Johnson. Now, moving on, if you was to get a house in 1966, it would cost you about $14,200. And while you was relaxing in your new home, you could watch the new TV series Batman. It started in January of 1966, and from time to time they would have special guest appearances. Here's Vincent Price as Mr. Egghead. Later in that same year, Star Trek had debuted, and the whole new culture had begun. It began in September of 1966. For years prior, there was a ratings war between the American Football League and the National Football League on the TVs. So in June 8th of 1966, they made an agreement to form one league, and it was going to be under the NFL. The two leagues would combine to form an expanded league with 24 teams. Now that increased to 26 teams by 69 and then 28 by 70 or somewhere around there. However, in the agreement, all the existing teams would be retained and none of them would move outside of their metropolitan areas. And this is how you had the AFL and the NFL World Championship games. And that was played in January of 1967. Now let's go look at some coins. In 1966, the Lincoln Cent had a nice double-die obverse. It's known as the Feva Stanton 101. In a Mint State 63, they're worth about $500, and for a Mint State 64 red, it's about $750. Now, it's not a whole lot of money, but it's still a nice double die. There's a population of approximately 34 known to exist. It's well worth going out and looking for it. You can still find original bank wrap rolls of 1966 Lincoln Cents, so maybe you can find one in a roll that'll beat the high grade of the Mint State 64. If you collect Washington quarters and you're wanting to get the varieties, this next one is for you, and I think well underrated and underpriced. It's the 1966 Washington quarter, and it's also the Feva Stanton 801 double die reverse. Now the record has it on April 21st of 2012. One sold in extra fine 45 for $920. The pop report says I see it is only approximately 10, and that's as of 6/25 of 19. The cherry picker shows it as a 66 being valued at 2,250. There's only one known to exist, and that's an NGC holder. They also hold the second highest one in the AU 55 or AU 50. I'm sorry. Either way, only 10 known to exist. I have a feeling that that thing, if it was to go up for auction today, it would go into the 5-digit realm, in my opinion. In 1966, now on the business strike, they did have some varieties. However, the special mint sets, the half dollars had some really nice double profiles. The ones that we're looking at here is going to be the Feva Stanton 106. This is in the special mint set. Now, in a mint state 63, they run about $105, and in a 68, you can get a whopping $1,250. There's only one pop in that higher grade. Now, while you're at it, don't forget to look for the no designer initials. Also in 1966, they forgot, or well, they polished off the FG on the reverse of the Kennedy half dollars. In a Mint State 63, they run about $80, and a 67, $2,500. The record was $2,820 for the no designer initial for the 67 on 8/18 of 2019 at a heritage auction. While you're looking in the SMS sets for the last two varieties that you just seen, you might want to look for this. It's a 1966 Roosevelt dime that comes in the SMS sets. I found what looks to be a 5 on the cheek. Do I think it's a 5? Not really, but it is a nice anomaly, and it's similar to that of the S on the Superbird for the 1952 proof. I have taken and sold a raw one on live auction, and it sold for about $475. I sold one that was in a slab by Segs, and it sold for over $1,000. So I think it's worth looking for. I only know of 15 at this point that I can confirm. So I don't know. It's up to you. While you have your SMS set out, you might want to take a look for this variety. And there you have it. That's my year in review. Now, I do want to point out that at the beginning, I took and I said that on Thursday you could get there from 7 to 3. I totally superimposed that. It's from 3 p.m. till 7 p.m. on Thursday if you get an early bird badge or if you're a dealer. Folks, don't forget that there's still rolls of the Lincoln Cent and the Washington Quarters for 1966 out there. You can probably find them for every one of the series, and there's much more varieties out there than the ones I've mentioned. Um, I did want to let you know that I'm getting over a cold or something from, I don't know, cold flu, something, but we also just went through a tragedy in our family. So I'm a little messed up. If I made some mistakes on this video, feel free in the comments below to let me know. Not done on purpose, but I'm trying to get back into it. Now, don't forget, I am going to take and continue the year in reviews, and maybe I can do it for your birth year. So if you would, leave your birthday, the year you was born, down in the comment section below, and I'll look over them. And what I'll do is I'm going to try and review them. Again, I still have fun doing them. I just had to take a little bit of time off for personal reasons. So I hope you understand and I hope you appreciate it. Don't forget about the Sharonville Convention Center show. Like I said, that is July 16th, 17th, 18th. Open to the public the 17th and 18th. So if you want to get in the 16th, you will have to get an early bird badge. I think that's going to do it on this one. Thank you, everybody, for all your well wishes. I truly, truly am humbled by all the great inspirational prayers and thoughts for my family's tragedy. I deeply appreciate it very much. So, take care, everybody. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy the Super Bowl. I hope your team wins, whoever that may be. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend. And as I always like to say, folks, happy hunting.